you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
Are you tired of living with chronic pain, knee pain, joint pain? Listen carefully, because now there are new treatments available here. Not talking surgery or steroids. These are regenerative treatments from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics, now with offices in Ocala and the Villages. Hey everybody, this is Tom Schmitz. QC Kinetics is the leader in these exciting biological therapies that help restore and repair damaged tissues in your joints with lasting results. If you got pain in your knees, your shoulders, hips, back like I do, joint pain that won't go away, you need to check out these new treatments with astonishing patient satisfaction reports. They can actually help your body restore and repair itself with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. That's right, no surgery. Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain, and don't let them put you under the knife. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. There's offices in Ocala and the Villages, so give them a call, 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550.
Ugh, what wrong?
Ugh, need wood for fire.
Ugh, I go get. Ugh, I got wood for fire.
Ugh, what takes so long?
Had to use restroom. Someone not refill toilet paper.
Ugh, my bad. You wash hands?
Ugh, of course. Ugh, what caveman you take me for?
You know, Dan, people who save money by switching to Mike Scott Plumbing sure are happy.
Well, Brittany, how happy are they?
Happier than a caveman with indoor plumbing.
Yep. Get happy. Get Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it. 237-2888.
Hey there, Congresswoman Kat Kamak here, your conservative voice in our nation's capital. I'm so proud to be an advocate for the over 65,000 veterans here in North Central Florida. The new Ocala VA clinic is now open, providing important primary care and specialty services. If you're a veteran in the Ocala area, thank you for your service. Feel free to get in touch with our team by visiting us online at camac.house.gov. I'm Kat Kamak, and it is my honor to serve you.
This ad is paid for by official funds authorized by the U.S. House of Representatives.
It's Monday. Not sure how you did it, but you actually survived an entire 2 days without hearing from Tom. Good job to you. And once again, good luck.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Monday, I have been trying to get you involved in a frank discussion, but nobody seems to want to get in except for one person on Facebook Messenger. Said, Tom, you're being a little disingenuous. It is about replacing white Europeans, only about replacing white Europeans. Haven't you known that this was something that was started in the mid-'70s? Yes, I know all about French author Jean Raspail. I know about his novel, The Camp of Saints. I know how it talks about the destruction of the white society at the hands of mass immigration from the global south. I also know about Renaud Camus, who authored a book called The Great Replacement. He argued that white Europeans are being reverse colonized by black and brown immigrants who are flooding the continent in what amounts to an extinction-level event. There it is, folks. Oh, Tom, I told you didn't know it was all about just whites being replaced by brown and black immigrants. Western European whites being replaced by black and brown immigrants. Right there, you said the man wrote a book about it, and white supremacists in this country and anti-immigrant groups in this country used that as kind of a playbook. You're entirely correct. That is, everything you've said is right, except for you're being disingenuous when you talk about it was white Europeans that are being replaced in America. Because that's not what they were talking about. They were talking about white Europeans being replaced on the continent of Europe. Specifically in France. Those two books, which have been used by white supremacists in this country as like their Bible of what they do. Wasn't about this country at all. It was about France and what two Frenchmen saw as what was happening in their country. Racist or not, it had nothing to do with the United States. But nobody wants to tell you that. Great replacement theory did not start in the United States. It was two Frenchmen that has been used by supremacist groups, and by the way, wrongly. But these Frenchmen said, we Frenchmen, we white Europeans are being replaced by black and brown immigrants all across our continent. They were talking about Europe. White supremacist group in this country used it. But by the way, white supremacist group in this country are fringe groups, I'm telling you. Just as other, if you think Muslim extremist groups, no. Lo and behold, 99.9% of all Muslims in this country are peacekeeping, peace-loving people. Just like 99% of all white people in this country aren't going to go out and pick up a gun and shoot up a black grocery store because they don't like black people. That just ain't going to happen 99.9% of the time. It's one moron, freak, idiot like this that does it. And then everybody gets painted with that brush. Oh, look, it's the great replacement theory. White folks are scared. When in actuality, the great replacement theory was started in France by two Frenchmen who, yes, were racist in my opinion, but they were talking about the takeover of their continent and their country. Not in any way was that about the United States. But don't let that play. That's not how it plays here. Oh, this was about the replacement theory is a United States thing. No, it's not. And look, the news media is to blame for propagating this. The right and the left news media. Because like I've said numerous times, the news media by and large, and I do it too, is more opinion than it is news-based. That's where the phrase, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. The news used to be all about the truth. Now it's about a good story. Truth be damned. If the truth be told, great replacement theory, as the way it is being talked about in the United States, actually was something that was created in France to discuss the white Europeans that were being replaced, the legacy white Europeans that were being replaced in France, not the legacy white Europeans replaced in the United States. When it came over this way, it was originally the legacy Americans, not legacy white Americans. That's how the great replacement theory started in this country, was legacy Americans being replaced by non-legacy Americans, illegals. Had nothing to do with skin color. It's just easier to use as a news item if you have a skin color attached to it, because the news media thinks that we have this great understanding of the hatred between races. When in actuality, there is no, in my opinion, from what I've seen, there is no mass great hatred between the races. It's one of these times where somebody turns something to make it fit their narrative. And this young man who shot up the grocery store, he used the great replacement theory that he's been drilled in his head by white supremacists who have turned it into a replacement of white European legacy. They certainly have bastardized it. Because that's not, when it first came as a theory in America, it was replacing legacy Americans of all color. It did not bear the same meaning that it did as it was propagated in France. Although in France it was meant to be white European people are being replaced by people from the global south. When they meant the global south, they meant Africa and the Middle East. Into Southern Europe and into Europe in general. Go. I'm telling you, I don't make this up, folks. I do a little research so I can come to have these discussions. John Raspel wrote the novel called The Camp of Saints. It was in 1973. It was an apocalyptic tale, believe me. And then in 2012, Renaud Camus, who was heavily influenced by Raspel, wrote the book The Great Replacement. And in that book, he argues that white Europeans are being reverse colonized by black and brown immigrants who are flooding the continent of Europe in what amounts to extinction-level numbers. I think he was completely wrong. But that's where this theory is based in. White Europeans in Europe, not in the United States. But it's being portrayed in the news media as an American thing, when it's not. But again, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. We do that a lot in our world. We let we let a good story outweigh the truth a lot. I mean, it's right here at home too, believe me. Don Browning, our school board member, who I just put praise on last week for smartphones, thinking about that, he's got a charge from the NAACP. And when I read about that, I go, what the hell was he thinking? So, yes, I'm not saying racism doesn't exist. I'm not saying the Klan doesn't exist, like Don Browning said, the Klan doesn't exist anymore. I'm just saying it's not the prevalent thought process of all whites in this country the way the left media would like you to think. And it's not the African-American community and the migrant community and the illegals aren't taking this country over in the next 5 years like the right media would like you to think. It's a lot more difficult than a 30-second news blip on one of these cable news channels. And we as Americans should be smart enough to know that. But I don't think we take enough time to listen. I don't think we take enough time to learn and figure it out for ourselves. Well, they said it on the news. They said it on CNN, and I'm a big fan of CNN because I lean left, so it must be true. Well, they said it on Fox News. I lean right. I'm a big fan of Fox News, so it must be true. How about looking at it for yourself? How about take time out, figure it out for yourself, instead of having somebody tell you one way or the other? Because here's a hot news flash. Maybe they're not being genuine. Maybe there's ulterior motives. We'll be right back after this timeout. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy.